Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Okay, today I would like to share with you the topic that we have missed before we had our movement control order and our semester break. The topic is for our fourth topic or topic number 4, and the title for the topic is the media and privacy. Okay, ethics and privacy. In a new media dominated culture, our privacy has sometimes been invaded and we unconsciously have disrupted someone's privacy. But we are not aware of it because it is been in our lifestyle, in our culture, where we always would like to know about what happens to other people's private life. We are very selective when it comes to valuing privacy. We always want to know about other people's private life, okay, what they do, who is their boyfriends or girlfriend, for example, but we always do not want to share with other people, or we don't want other people to know anything very private about our life. So when it comes to valuing privacy, we tend to be very selective. And this happens because the concept of privacy is very unclear and defined differently by different people, okay? We define differently the concept of privacy, and other people define differently the concept of privacy. So one common view is that the right to privacy means the right to be left alone or to control unwanted publicity about one's personal affair. Okay, this is one example where we as public have been invading other people's privacy. Okay, like this celebrity, her name is Ruhainis, where she claimed that the public tends to invade her privacy and they don't respect her because they don't get her consent to post her boyfriend's picture, for example. And this is particularly referring to an entertainment media practitioners. Okay, and this is another one, Datuk Fazli Yaakob, where he said to netizens, he wrote in his social media, where one day he went to the beach and then a group of one family one family had snapped pictures of Datuk Fazli, and when he tried to be nice to them, meaning that if you want to take picture of me, okay, but let me pose with you, and suddenly they said that they are not interested in celebrities. So if they are not interested with celebrities, why they are, snapping pictures secretly, snapping pictures of celebrities secretly? They don't want the celebrities to know that they are taking pictures of that celebrities, okay? But at the same time, they want to show that they are not interested in the celebrities. So this is one example of where people like to invade other people's private life, okay? However, when we talk about media, when we talk about privacy, the media are always in the business of not leaving people alone, okay? And we know this. Media will not leave us alone. Media will not let our private life to be remain as private. And their tendencies are in the direction of revelation. They always want to reveal, okay? And they don't want to conceal whatever regarded as actually supposed to be regarded as privacy. Thus, the balancing of the individual's interest in privacy against the interest of the public in access to information about others is one of the most extreme ethical uncertainties of our time. And invasions of privacy by the media encompass a broad spectrum, ranging from incursions on another's physical solitude or space to the publication of embarrassing personal information. Okay, this is another story about how media have invaded or how media have disrupted someone's private lives. And when we talk about media as not or as will never leave other people living alone, media always been connected with the celebrity's private life. Okay, I'm not sure whether you are aware of these two celebrities or not, but if some of you might not know who are they, let me share here. Both of them are actually Indonesian celebrities, and they used to be husband and wife, but one day they got divorced, and the conflict appeared when the husband been interviewed by one talk show, and unconsciously, I'm not sure whether it happened because the husband purposely wanted to embarrass the ex-wife, or maybe he was doing it unconsciously. But the problem is the media company that interviewed the husband on the talk show did not delete the part where the husband revealed something to embarrass the ex-wife. Okay, so the conflict began here. Okay, let me share you this video of these two celebrities.
Apakah dia pernah melakukan hal-hal yang menurut lu sebagai laki-laki masih terinjak-injak?
Tiga kali.
Dengan mata langsung?
Ada kok buktinya. Kalau yang ngomong, itu dong saja. Ikan asin, tutup lagi. Bayangin kayak gimana tuh. Akhirnya ya sudah gitu, merem aja. Yang penting ya sudahlah. Dan selalu kan dia jarang nyuci, dia selalu pakai tisu kering. Dia aja jarang. Pas dibuka ukurannya udah beda, ya kan? Gitu loh. Dia tuh operasi. Dia kan ngaku nggak pernah operasi. Gue yang nemenin, yang pacaran sama dia dulu. Lu kasihan lu dibilang bencong. Nih gue kasih tahu aja. Nggak, coba kamu ke rumah, ke kamar, cek. Coba dong ikutin dia. Di situ ada tisu magic, ada kondom, ada lubrikan. Berarti lu letoy dong. Besoknya kamarnya dikunci, gue nggak boleh masuk. Karena ada satu kata-kata yang teenage kemana itu, ntar 2 tahun balikan lagi.
Okay, I'm not sure whether you got what the ex-husband has mentioned or not, but this is what he actually, I assume, accidentally said it when he was interviewed. But the most crucial part for me, I look here, is when the media company did not, or the producer for that particular program, okay, did not being ethical by deleting the part when the husband revealed something very private about his ex-wife, and this embarrassed her very much. Okay, so this is the case where the ex-wife Fairuz and the ex-husband Gali Ginanja, Fairuz did not able to forgive the husband for revealing or for embarrassing her. So she charged him, or she sued him in court because of this issue. So this is actually the impact or the consequences that people might be facing if we tend to disrespect other people's private life. And in terms of media, as media practitioners, we have to know the code of ethics. Okay, as a media practitioners, of course, media play a role to reveal the truth, but it's not that we can across the border. Okay, so as a media practitioners, we have to know what is our limit, to what extent that we can actually reveal the truth about someone, about something, about any issues. And some intrusions of privacy is actually significant to the news gathering process and a well-informed public. But the ethical dilemma arises in deciding where to draw the line between reasonable and unreasonable media conduct. So reporters and journalists are not only media practitioners who invade our private domain, advertisers too somehow intrude our privacy in an effort to dominate our aesthetic tastes and economic choices. Okay, we as individual, we actually have a right to choose which product that we want to buy, but it always happens through commercials or through advertisements where the advertisers play a psychological game with the customers or with the public, and they try to invade our private life by they try to influence us. They try to disrupt our economic choices by intruding our private life. And this process is probably unavoidable, yet pervasiveness or the spread has added to ethical dimension of a relationship between the media professionals and the audiences that they serve. Okay, so when we talk about privacy, media, it's not only the celebrities where their private life always been invaded, okay, but also goes to the politicians. Okay, so once you enter politics, there is no such thing as your private life. Okay, so this is one of the examples where the private life of politicians been invaded by the media. And I would say that it is actually unethical for the media to invade the politicians' private life. If they want to talk about politics, they have to just talk about politics, okay, not to touch on the politicians' private life. It is the right of the politicians to have whatever private life that they choose, okay, and not to make the stories about the private life of the politicians very sensational. Okay, and this is another example. So most of us value privacy, yet we are ambivalent about how much we should retain and how much we should relinquish. The media are frequently accused of unwarranted invasions of privacy, but the fact is that incursions into our private domain are always rampant. Okay, the importance of valuing privacy. So what are the importance of valuing privacy? First, the ability to maintain the confidentiality of personal information is actually the characteristics of an autonomous individual. It means that other people have no rights to know everything about us. It is our right as an individual. And deceptive advertisements always undermine our autonomy in making those decisions in the marketplace. Second, privacy protects us from being scorned and ridiculed by others, because this is our right to keep our private life private. And why? Because we don't want to be ridiculed by other people. In a society in which there is still intolerance of some human tragedies, lifestyles, and unorthodox behaviors, no one wants to be ashamed. Number three, Privacy produces a mechanism by which we can control our reputations. We always claim that we never care of what people say about us, but actually in reality, we do care since it really affects our reputations. The more others know about us, actually it becomes less powerful for us to control our own objectives in life. Okay, so this is another example. The conflict between Alif Shukri and his adopted son or daughter, I'm not sure, but people blame Alif Shukri for he likes to reveal other people's private life, and but at the same time, he doesn't want people to interrupt with his private life. Okay. All right. Number 4, privacy is valuable in keeping others at a distance and regulating the degree of social interaction we have. Protecting individual privacy means not only that the rights of individuals are protected, but also that different forms of social interaction are safeguarded. And number 5, privacy serves as a shield against the power of government. It is a value that lies at the heart of a liberal democracy and is an essential ingredient in protecting the political interests of the individual. Okay, now we move to the principles of ethics of privacy. Just now was the importance of valuing privacy, why we must value privacy, and now we go to the principles of ethics of privacy that everyone must know, especially the media practitioners. Okay, the first one, the law of privacy has virtually stripped away protection from the public, officials, and public figures. Okay, it means that we are becoming public figures. There is no more such law of privacy. We see little information regarded as private about the lives of public figures, politicians, celebrities, the rich and the famous. When we talk about the rich and the famous, for example, the princess, the kings, the queens, okay, they are the public figures. So when they become public figures, the law of privacy has sometimes stripped away, sometimes gone, okay? And sometimes they are not regarded to be respected for the private life that they have. The fact that they have chosen to make themselves public suggests a willingness to experience special examination by the public and to suffer the consequences of embarrassing revelation. So when we become public figures, we have to aware that the media will come to the revelation of truth. They will not leave us alone. So it means that we have to have the willingness to experience special examination by the public, okay? And it means that we have to bear the consequences, that we might be embarrassed by the public because of some revelations of truth that might appear at the end of the day. And public figures must expect some bad consequences from being in publicity, and it is true that their zone of privacy is more narrow than that of the average citizen. But they do not have to sacrifice all privacy over their personal affairs. Yet, even though the public figures should not sacrifice all the private life, okay, that they have, they should not let public to know about their private life. But we have to bear in mind the media always fail to recognize any zone of privacy for such individuals. And ethical concerns about media coverage of public figures extends beyond embarrassing private information, okay? bukan lagi mengenai, bukan lagi untuk memalukan seseorang public figures, but actually it goes beyond that. And sometimes it may cause something, it may cause a tragedy. Okay, for example, apa yang berlaku kepada selebriti Indonesia tadi, okay, disebabkan oleh the producer program tersebut, the what do you call it, the penerbit program tersebut tidak mendelete ataupun tidak menapis dahulu talk show tersebut, dan ia telah mengakibatkan tragedi berlaku di mana pelakon lelaki, selebriti lelaki tersebut telah disaman oleh bekas isterinya. Okay, and another example is the relentless pursuit of the rich and famous. Okay, rich and famous. Rich and famous, we are referring to, for example, the king, queens, their children, prince and princess. Okay, rich and famous as they emerge from seclusion is a familiar trait of the tabloid media, with increasing number of coverage in mainstream media as well. Okay, media ni mereka suka sangat untuk cover berita-berita yang sensasi, yang menunjukkan kehidupan privasi the rich and the famous. Okay, and saya ingin bawakan contoh. I would like to bring example of how paparazzi berperanan dalam mengakibatkan kematian Princess Diana. I'm sure many of you do not know who is Princess Diana. I'm going to share with you who is actually Princess Diana. And for your information, Princess Diana was a very famous and popular public figure once. And she was, like 24/7 being followed, being stalked by the paparazzi, okay? And this has caused one day the death of Princess Diana because the paparazzi, they didn't know the boundary between the real private life of Princess Diana. They just want to reveal everything. They just want to make news on Princess Diana, something very sensational, and suddenly they are the one who have caused the death of Princess Diana. And ini yang kita tidak mahu jika anda menjadi seorang media practitioners. So you have to know what is the limitations that you have, the boundary that you have as the media practitioners, and which part of the private life of certain public figures that you can touch or you can reveal, and which part of the private life of public figures that you can't reveal. Okay, who was the late Princess Diana? Diana, Princess of Wales, born as Diana Frances Spencer, her name before she was pronounced as Princess Diana, and she was born in 1st July 1961 and she died in 31st August 1997. Okay, she was a member of the British royal family. She was the first wife of Charles, Prince of Wales. Okay, who is Charles? I'm sure some of you, or maybe all of you, do not are not aware who is Prince Charles. Okay, Prince Charles is actually the father or the son of Queen Elizabeth, current Queen Elizabeth, and the father of Prince William and Prince Harry. I'm sure some of you know who is Prince William and who is Prince Harry. Okay, so Princess Diana was actually the mother of Prince Harry as well as Prince William. And Diana's activism and glamour made her an international icon and earned her an enduring popularity as well as an unprecedented public scrutiny exacerbated by her tumultuous private life. Okay, Princess Diana was actually a very beautiful woman. Not only that, she was very kind, she was very humble, even though she married to a prince, okay, who is the heir of the throne, but she remained humble as who she was, and this has attracted the whole world to love and like her so much. And that's why the media, especially the paparazzi, were very fond of following her life, even though she was in a conflict with her marriage with Prince Charles one day, and she got a new boyfriend, and they tried to get as much real stories about her to be revealed and to be published on newspaper. So this is Princess Diana and Prince Charles. This is a picture during her marriage. Okay, it was in 1981. I still remember, but I was very small, very, very small at that time. But I still remember because her wedding was the most glamorous wedding of the year, and it was on air, on television, worldwide. Okay. And this is her first son, Prince William. Okay, and this is her second son, Prince Harry. Okay, Prince William married to Kate Middleton, and they are now having several children. And Prince Harry married to American celebrity. I can't remember her name. I know you know it. I can't remember her name. Okay, this is Prince Charles now. After the death of Princess Diana, he married to Camilla. And Camilla was actually his first love, okay, before he met Princess Diana. Okay. Now, news on Princess Diana's death and its connection with paparazzi. How paparazzi had played a role invading the private life of Princess Diana and have caused the death of Princess Diana. On August 30th, 1997, Britain awoke to news that would change the countenance of the world. Diana, Princess of Wales, was officially pronounced dead. Within minutes, the nation was grieving. Within hours, the world was mourning. Throughout the day, people around the globe stopped in motion with wide, teary eyes and open jaws as they passed by their television set to listen to continuous news reports of this tragic event. So what exactly happened and how the paparazzi were involved? Pursued by hungry-driven paparazzi on all sides, Diana's Mercedes-Benz sedan crashed shortly after midnight Paris time, 3 p.m. Pacific time, in a tunnel along the Seine River at the Pont d'Alma Bridge. KFWB News Radio in Paris reported that the car had reached speeds of around 130 to 200 kilometers per hour while trying to evade paparazzi photographers on motorcycles. Okay, so Diana's team in a Mercedes-Benz was trying to run away from the paparazzi who kept taking photographs of Princess Diana with her boyfriend in a car. So they tried to run away from paparazzi, and when they reached a tunnel where the tunnel was supposed to, where in the tunnel all vehicles were supposed to drive around 50 kilometers per hour, Mercedes-Benz that Princess Diana was in been speed up between 130 to 200 kilometers per hour because they wanted to run away from paparazzi. And this is when the accident happened. So traveling in a 50 kilometers per hour zone, the car had slammed into a concrete post and spun and hit a tunnel wall before crumpling in a mass of twisted steel. The damage was extensive. The front of the car was destroyed and the roof caved into sea level. Okay, semuanya salah paparazzi. And Diana's millionaire boyfriend, Dodi Al-Fayed, okay, his boyfriend named Dodi Al-Fayed, 42 years old at that time, and the chauffeur, Henry Paul, 41 years old, were pronounced dead at the scene. The fourth occupant, Diana's bodyguard, Trevor, survived the crash but was initially hospitalized in critical condition. He suffered a head contusion and a lung injury as well as facial injuries. At first, the news claimed that Henry was drunken, which led to the fatal accident. Yet, actually, finally, it was revealed that the heat was caused by the chase of paparazzi along the tunnel who was so eager to capture the personal love affair of Princess Diana with the son of Muhammad Al-Fayed, who is the Harrods billionaire. So this is Princess Diana before her death with her boyfriend, Dodi Al-Fayed. Okay, so these are among the pictures that been snapped or been captured by the paparazzi when they started to know that Princess Diana had a love affair with this billionaire. Okay, and it was then published on media. Okay, and this is the picture, these two pictures where Diana was in the Mercedes Benz and they were trying to run away from the paparazzi. So this is the condition of the Mercedes Benz. So the second principle is an issue that revolves around one of the primary legal defenses for the publishing of embarrassing private information is newsworthiness. The media are free to define what they consider as news or what matters the public interest. At one side, news is defined as anything that is disseminated by a news organization might be considered news. However, a more careful and precise criteria are needed in defining news from an ethical standpoint. And attention should be given to what needed than what curious. So when you become a media practitioner, you have to draw a boundary and you have to know what are the ethical parts where you can reveal truth about private life of public figures, and what are the unethical part where you are not supposed to reveal about the private life of a public figure. So attention should be given to what is ethically supposed to be posted than what you know might be the curiosity of the public. And finally, the last principle is the law of privacy has accorded substantial latitude for news gathering in public spaces, in public places. Anything that takes place in public view can be reported on. It is because activities that transpire in public are considered as not private. Yet, still, we sometimes covet some degree of solitude even in public. And the reality is that most private facts committed to public records remain unknown to society unless publicized by the media. And more detailed explanation on the issue of privacy should be read from the textbook. Okay, so that I end my lecture with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you. We will continue this session with a tutorial that we are going to have it online as well. I'm going to share with you the schedule of our online tutorial through WhatsApp. Thank you.